We'll talk about 5 red flag facts that every male should be aware of in this video. Since I've been living the red pill lifestyle and learning things for the past year, there have been a few occasions where specific topics have come up again. You've undoubtedly seen these topics in the comments. Today we're going to get deeply into those particular subjects, and it's going to really open your eyes. Let's start with the first point then. Okay, fellas, the first thing to note is that she is not yours. It is now your turn. I understand that could offend a few of you, but give it some thought. The claim has some merit, and there's a good reason why it's become so well known among red pill users. Therefore, if we consider actual relationships, whether they are monogamous or not, it doesn't matter because they will definitely and statistically end. In order to effectively enjoy the journey for however long it may last and to enjoy your time together, read on. Because she may eventually decide to leave you for a better choice, for whatever reason, because we've all been there, when things start to become a little stale and they start acting differently. Just when you thought you had her, she disappears. So even with me, for instance, in a casual relationship with a select few people, I suppose you could say that I've come to terms with the fact that it might end at any time. I am unable to feel angry about it. Consequently, I personally pretty much live by this concept right now, and I'm aware that everything and anything has a finite lifespan. Therefore, if you also adhere to this tenet, you should try to be more appreciative of your experiences whenever possible, since you already knew they were positive at the outset. I know that seems a little gloomy, but I'd rather be thankful than disappointed. Thus, that is the first. On to the second, shall we? The second point is that a promiscuous woman or a whore cannot be transformed into a housewife. Have you ever heard that? Because I have, and I once put on a cape in an attempt to save one, but guess what? It did not turn out well for me. The most important rule in this case is that you shouldn't put on that cape and save these girls, because I swear, they might try to trick you into thinking they changed. There are a few red flags that you can actually screen out for promiscuous women, but you don't even want to bother it in the first place, and you should definitely avoid getting into a relationship with a promiscuous woman. However, whenever they are given the chance to act in a promiscuous way, it's going to bother you, and it will be prevalent and show up again. For example, what are you doing attempting to cuff the girl when your brothers are telling you that she's been about town or that she's been with your entire friend group? It will only come back to you. Keep in mind that you cannot turn a whore into a housewife, and if you attempt, you will discover this the hard way, just like I did. So put away your cape and only commit robberies with women who don't send you such signals. The third thing you must understand is that you, the male, are the prize, and she must feel the same way about you. The reason why the dating dynamics are skewed and why women tend to date up and men tend to date down is because women position themselves as the prize in many dating standards, and from what I've observed, women kind of put men in a lower position, especially if they don't feel like they match up to you from a status or financial standpoint. In that scenario, regardless of what, you should always feel like the prize, and if she's not displaying those qualities, such as by acting as though you should elevate her or by having you run after her, then you already know it's not the girl for you. Bro, keep in mind that everything comes down to becoming the best version of yourself and improving yourself with this rap pill stuff. You therefore have no choice but to be the winner in the end. Any girl that I deal with already knows that I am the prize in our relationship, and hopefully they should too. Regardless of what we are doing, if they don't get that, I'm out. And over time, I'm able to detect that through their behavior, their treatment of me, their words to me, and other small details. Put yourself on that pedestal by continuing to improve as a person. I'm a modest guy, and some of my colleagues have told me that sometimes I'm a little too modest and that I need to be a little more arrogant. Perhaps that will improve your perspective on that prize mentality as well. However, keep in mind that you are the prize, so have you ever heard a lady say things like, "I'm friends with all males because girls give me too much drama"? Or, "Don't worry, he's just a buddy, we're just friends," or "He's one of my good buddies from school," etc. Guys, and I have known for a very long time that true friendships between guys and girls are not possible. There are rare instances where they can, but generally speaking, this is what happens 90% of the time. It's possible that the guy previously smashed and that they are now pals. For example, let's say you and your girlfriend are having problems. She goes to her guy friend to talk about the problem, and he says, "Oh, you always got a shoulder to cry on and to suck on, if you know what I mean, right?" The guy wants to be more than friends with her, so he kind of just plays his position and waits for the right time to slide in when she is most vulnerable. I have therefore experienced it directly, and from both perspectives. When a woman comes to me with problems, I've been that man friend who simply plays it cool. In those instances, the girl has told me that it was just a guy buddy, but it ultimately turned out to be more. Since neither party finds the other attractive, there can only be mutual non-attraction between them. However, even then, if they hang out long enough, there may be some sparks of attraction. In my opinion, the only way that guys and girls can truly be friends is if it's business-related and professional. So put it in the back of your mind if you're friends with a female who has a lot of guy pals, or if she tells you she exclusively goes out with guys. Let that serve as a warning to you. I don't know about the rest of you, but with the girls I deal with, I prefer them to have only girlfriends and a small group of friends, not many guys. That's a big red flag as well. Fifthly, and this might surprise you guys a little bit, the red pill doesn't just apply to women. I know we talk a lot about female nature and how women are. And women do this and women do that. And even in this video, I largely talked about women, but what I discovered about this red pill stuff and recognizing the true reality of things is that it's basically human nature. Given the correct circumstances, guys can and do behave in a manner similar to some of the things I'm making. I'm not trying to be on the female side or anything like that, but let's kind of flip it and think about this. Invert it. May I know in the back of my head that either they want to get with me or that I have already gotten with them when my girlfriend asks me why I have so many girlfriends and I respond, they're just friends. I may be on either side of things, but the blue pill dating norms, the years of media brainwashing since we were young, and the way that women are raised by their parents and other factors are why it's so common in the female world. It's a kind of brainwashed society, but like I said, I've come to learn that guys can play too. I frequently let girls know that I wasn't interested in them and have lied to girls. I've followed every example I've seen in the red pill group, but in reverse, and I believe that's where we hit in the balance and where men will eventually gain more power. Just keep in mind when you watch these videos and take in this knowledge that it does largely pertain to females, but guys can also do it too, by playing that reverse card in the dating world with everything we talk about.